One more thing, these are peel and stick tiles, so it's like a laminate or a vinyl. It's not a ceramic tile. This is linen storage, which is nice. It's pretty wide. It goes a little bit further to the left and right of the door. I believe they used to have a litter box in here because there's a little hole there, but it doesn't smell. To me, it smells like air freshener. There's not anything plugged in there, but it just has like an air freshener scent. And then this is the primary, which is a really good sized room. I don't know that its size necessarily shows up very well on camera, but this is probably equally as large as the greenhouse primary that we just saw. And then this is the primary closet. So 3 racks, and then they added the double, like that secondary shelf there, which is kind of nice. Probably 4 by 6. Good size. And so if you were to put your primary, if you were to put your king size bed here, you'd have room for nightstands on either side, and those are your outlets, and that one's just a blank cover there. And because your closet door is, what did you say, maybe like 3 feet away from the corner, you could really tuck in a pretty decent sized nightstand there, because it's not going to come out that far. And then this wall, you could have a big TV. This is the primary bath. So this one, they updated the vanity, the mirror, the light fixture, and the walls painted somewhat of a limey sage green. It looks like the toilet might be a little bit newer. And then the shower is the same as the hall bath. So it's fiberglass all the way around. I don't know exactly what that's about. And as I said that, water just like randomly dripped out of the faucet. Interesting. This whole thing, I would just get rid of it. This thing's too heavy and it's hanging down and whatever. And then also on this one, the seams are a little bit gunky, which can be cleaned. It's not the end of the world, but I just want to point it out because you aren't here in person. I feel like the colors are just not coming through today on camera because this looks like a very muted, like white with a tint of green, but it's actually pretty limey. Let me see. Now it's too dark. That is probably a lot more accurate. There's just a little bit more yellow that's not showing on camera. I don't know. It might even just be the light bulbs, because those are the Edison bulbs that are like kind of yellow. It just looks really, really neutral on camera, and in person it has a little bit more life to it. But yeah, this is I think everything on this one. What's nice about this house is all the flooring is consistent. So all the way throughout, with the exception of the peel and stick in this hall bath, everything else is exactly the same. The walls have been repainted. So those are all, this is pulling the right color. This is like the tiniest hint of blue in a gray, and it's very neutral. So yeah, not a lot really that you'd want to have to go in and change or fix, but just due to that movement of the sidewalk, you may want to get the foundation looked at here too, just in case the paint's hiding stuff.